What's up, you guys? It's been a while since I made a YouTube video for my channel, but I thought I would take you guys through a full day of eating and also how I plan to hit my macros, because this is a common concern when it comes to my clients is I don't know how to make that macro puzzle fit all together. I have a bunch of stuff left over at the end of the night. I run out of fats before I hit my protein, things like that. I'm gonna take you through how I do all of that on a daily basis. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is plan ahead, especially at first. This is going to feel very tedious and it's going to feel like, wow, how am I ever going to sustain this? But as you learn and as you have a better feel for what foods are made up of, you're going to be able to do this more on the fly, which is what the purpose of flexible dieting is in the first place. But you gotta kind of learn how to walk before you can run. So for now, what I want you to do is either sit down the night before or the morning of and just go ahead and plot this all out. And then that way, throughout your day, when you're doing things at work, you're with your family, all these other things are going on, all you have to do is follow the script that you've already laid out for yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a screen recording of what this looks like for me. I already ate my breakfast, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in first. Here's what I had. I had egg whites, 150 grams. You can see down here I have this a lot. Sourdough English muffin, Swiss cheese. I had a whole one of those. And then also a whole egg. You'll also see I had my coffee. I try to have a glass of water in the morning too. And that's how it is all logged. Now, if you don't already know this, if you unlock your phone so that it's not always in the vertical position, I guess you would say, you can turn it sideways and you can see that that meal had 337 calories, 27 carbs, 10 fat, 28 protein. Alright, so now I have my breakfast in there. I didn't put the coffee in there because it was black coffee. It's going to be 0 calorie. Now, what I like to do is I like to plug in my other meals that I know I have every single day. My protein shake that I'll have after the gym. That takes care of that. Now, if you look at my macros for the day, I've had mostly protein. I've been pretty moderate with my carbs and fats. That's intentional because I know I like to have more of those things for my other meals during the day. Now, I'll go ahead and plug in my lunch because I know that I'm craving those sweet potato fries that I really enjoy. Those are already in there. I'll do about a serving and a half for those. And so the other thing that I would recommend is you just do a little quick run through your refrigerator to see what kind of things that you already have on hand. That way you're not planning out these elaborate meals and you either have to go to the grocery store or, you know, you can't just easily make them. So I know I have ground turkey, which I'll plug in there. I'm gonna do some barbecue sauce on that ground turkey. And then right now in my refrigerator, I have green beans. I like to do that by the gram just so I can be accurate with it. 100 grams of green beans. That'll be that meal. Now the other meal, the main meal, so that would be dinner. This obviously depends on your family. It depends on whoever you live with. You might want to run it by them ahead of time just so you guys are on the same page and they don't come home and say, oh, I was really craving pizza all day. I want to go out to dinner. Well, if you know that ahead of time, it's a lot easier to still hit your macros. It does not have to be anything to worry about. But it is a little bit harder to do on the fly, like I mentioned. So I know that we're going to be eating at home tonight and we have chicken in the refrigerator. So I'll just go ahead and plan for 4 ounces of chicken. We've been doing a lot of Brussels sprouts, which also we cook in coconut oil. We've been doing wild rice, so let's go ahead and plug in the wild rice. Alright, so it says I've hit my protein goal. I'm actually a little bit under. I'm trying to hit 125 protein, 175 carb, and 50 fat. So basically then the rest of the day, I have those main meals plugged in there and the rest of the day is just gonna kind of be snacks. Whatever I want as my pre-workout meal, whatever I want to snack on in the evening. I always try to go ahead and plug in something sweet for the end of the night, whether that's a glass of red wine or if it's hot chocolate, ice cream, whatever it is. So tonight, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna wanna have red wine, so I'll just plug that in now. And I do have a video about tracking macros and alcohol. You can see that what I have here doesn't necessarily match what you might see just on a nutrition label. So plug that in. That means I'm just about at my carbs. So looking at what I have left over, a lot of times I like to have a kind of like egg sandwich as my pre-workout. So I could do something like an English muffin with maybe a whole egg and a slice of cheese, possibly. Let's see. This is where it becomes that kind of like trial and error stuff. So let's see. English muffin, whole egg. Let's see where that gets us. 122, 188, 42. So we're a little bit over in carbs. I might put just half an English muffin. What was I gonna do? Swiss cheese. All right, now we about hit it just about on. So we have 126 protein, 174 carbs, and 47 fat. Now I do want to point out, like, I decided to get half of an English muffin there. I could have just like reduced the amount of wine I'm gonna have in the evening and had a whole English muffin. Everything with macros is very much give and take. If you have something here, you kind of have to not sacrifice, but compromise. You have to compromise somewhere else. And that's how it all becomes balanced and you're able to hit your goals while still enjoying the things that you want to enjoy. Now, I think we get the wrong idea that sometimes tracking macros is all cookies and whatever else, but in reality, this is what it looks like. It's having a really solid breakfast, having a really solid lunch, and allowing yourself a glass of wine in the evenings. That's what works for me, and this is how I plan it. Now, like I said initially, this is gonna feel very like non-sustainable and annoying. It's gonna be tedious, but this is how you start to understand, oh, I need a little bit of carbs here and I know exactly what I can pull out of my cabinet because I have that understanding of what foods are made up of. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I do love to cook and I'm constantly eating different things. I'm definitely not super boring when it comes to food. So I could do this again and it would be completely different foods for you. So let me know in the comments below what questions you still have about just kind of creating that plan for yourself and any kind of frustrations that you have. Chances are after 7 years of doing this, 2 years of helping other people do this, I've seen it before and I can help you out. So like this video and subscribe and I'll see you next time. I won't make it so long this time.